Good afternoon. My name is Father Rayappa. I'm going to talk about Caritas in Veritate, charity in truth. Veritate means truth, charity. Caritas means charity or love, love in truth, or charity in truth. This encyclical was written by Pope Benedict the 16th, and it was promulgated in the year 2009. It's already 7 years old document, in which chapter 4, actually this document has 6 chapters, as recent encyclicals all do. Centesimus Annus has 6 chapters, and Laudato Si has 6 chapters, and Caritas in Veritate has 6 chapters. So in the chapter 4, Pope is discussing about the development of people and their rights and duties, and at last the environment. So I think this was the document which dedicated for environment entirely, chapter 4. I think this was the first document, I think. So lots of paragraphs on environment. I'm going to read for them in the future segments, but now today I'm interested in reading the paragraph number 43 from Caritas in Veritate, in which Pope is discussing about the rights of each and every individual on this planet. At the same time, he points out rights always come with duties or responsibilities. So rights presuppose duties. So there is no absolute rights. Always we have to show a special concern for duty. And also today many people fight for their own rights everywhere, especially in India. And there are groups of people based on caste, religion, and economy, and state, gender. We divide humanity into little groups, and then we fight for the rights. So sometimes the overemphasis on rights can show some disregard for duties. So that is what is happening in India, I am afraid. Everybody wants their rights, but nobody respects for duties. They disregard entirely. They never even show any concern for the duties. Only self-interest, self-interest. We want to flourish at the expense of the other. And when you enjoy affluence, you have a duty, a moral obligation to take care of others too. The richness is given to you to maintain the social balance or a social purpose. That is what we understand from Caritas in Veritate. When you have love, when you practice love in truth, I think you will open your heart. If there is no truth, I think you can enjoy absolute rights. But there is a truth. There is justice. So I think charity in truth simply binds you to act, simply forces you to see the needs of the others. So that is what Caritas in Veritate, the paragraph number 43 states. So I'm going to read it for you. After reading, probably if there is something, I'm going to explain it to you. So Caritas in Veritate, Pope Benedict the 16th writes in the paragraph number 43 as follows. The reality of human solidarity, which is a benefit for us, also imposes a duty. Many people today would claim that they owe nothing to anyone except to themselves. They are concerned only with their rights, and they often have great difficulty in taking responsibility for their own and other people's integral development. Hence, it is important to call for a renewed reflection on how rights presuppose duties if they are not to become mere license. Nowadays, we are witnessing a grave inconsistency. On the other hand, appeals are made to allege rights, arbitrary and non-essential in nature, accompanied by the demand that they be recognized and promoted by public structures, while on the other hand, elementary and basic rights remain unacknowledged and are violated in much of the world. A link has often been noted between claims to a right to excess and even to transgression and vice within affluent societies, and the lack of food, drinkable water, basic instruction and elementary health care in areas of the underdeveloped world and on the outskirts of large metropolitan centers. The link consists in this: individual rights, when detached from a framework of duties which grants them their full meaning, can run wild, leading to an escalation of demands which is effectively unlimited and indiscriminate. An overemphasis on the rights leads to a disregard for duties. Duties set a limit on rights because they point to the anthropological and ethical framework of which rights are a part. In this way, ensuring that they do not become license. Duties thereby reinforce rights and call for their defense and promotion as a task to be undertaken in the service of the common good. Otherwise, if the only basis of human rights is to be found in the deliberations of an assembly of citizens, those rights can be changed at any time. And so the duty to respect and pursue them fades from the common consciousness. Governments and international bodies can then lose sight of the objectivity and inviolability of rights. When this happens, the authentic development of peoples is endangered. Such a way of thinking and acting compromises the authority of international bodies, especially in the eyes of those countries most in need of development. Indeed, the latter demand that the international community take up the duty of helping them to be artisans of their own destiny. That is, to take up duties of their own. The sharing of reciprocal duties is a more powerful incentive to action than the mere assertion of rights. Pope Benedict XVI, a brilliant writer, a brilliant philosopher, a brilliant theologian, and he says that most of the foreign countries, the rich people have more rights, but they still demand for more rights. At the same time, the duties are not kept. The rights are violated, he says. They want more rights, more rights. They act as mere license to act, but there is no duties. So Pope is calling the rich nations and the people to come and help to build the infrastructure which can be helpful for the poor people, so they will be the artisans of our own destiny. They can build an infrastructure. Their affluence, their influence, their expertise, their resources, they can bring and help the poor countries, because those richness belong to everybody. It's an equity. Everybody has a share. So the people, those who own public property, own money, own immovable property, they are bound in consciousness through their rights, by their rights. And actually, rights always come with ethics, isn't it? The duties are part of bioethics or moral law or international law or natural law. So I think it comes into the practice of righteousness. So duty is a righteousness. That is justice. So that is what Pope is writing in this paragraph. Even in India, there are so many rich people. They think they can enjoy them. Richness is a license. Influence is a license. Social advantage is a license. Hierarchical position is a license to abuse, to plunder, to take advantage of. So no, if you have a hierarchical position, if you have affluence, if you have influence, if you have social advantage, so I think they're all blessings for you. You can add more blessings because God blessed you with all this, and your duty is to bless others, and these blessings have to be shared. So that is what Pope is writing in Caritas and Veritate in the chapter 4, which is titled The Development of People, Rights and Duties and the Environment. See, it's integral. It is a part of the integral human development. So that is why Pope is writing. The whole chapter talks about integral human development. That means everybody progress together. Nobody is left out. There is no poor. We are all equal. So that is the equity Pope wants to create in the society. Please read paragraph number 43 from Caritas in Veritate, written by Pope Benedict XVI in 2009. Thank you and God bless.